Yo, Hammer, man. We do not have to finish the song all in one.
Simon and Garfunkel. Well, maybe got funk in it. Yeah.
Why? How? Like what do you mean he's dead because the car flipped over off the freeway like that? Like off that 118, it's like.
Since Lamont Bentley died, fans have been left with more questions than answers. But now, this is the truth behind what happened. From early on, he was shaking things up in Hollywood, landing roles and getting noticed for his comedic personality.
Yeah, I feel so dirty.
Then, out of nowhere, everything shifted. His life was cut short in one tragic turn of event.
Crazy, bro. Car accident. When I heard he passed, it was in '05 and I was in prison, and I called his house and somebody answered the phone.
After his death, rumors started flying that it wasn't just a regular accident. Some people even talked about a curse. But what's the true story? Let's dive in. So, Artemis Lamont Bentley came into the world in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on October 25th, 1973. And if you know anything about Milwaukee's North Side, you already know it can shape you fast. That's where Lamont grew up, and from day one, he acted like fame was already waiting for him around the corner. His mom used to say that he just naturally pulled attention. You know those kids that don't even try to be the center of the room, but somehow they always are.
Hakeem, what are you doing?
Oh, listen, it's just a promise ring. As in, I promise to always be there for you.
But
Mo.
That was Lamont. Always joking, always clowning, always doing something to make people laugh. His friends even gave him nicknames like Cuz and My Guy, because he had that kind of personality, like everybody's friend, everybody's guy.
And Lamont, he had the hood sold up already. You know what I'm saying? He had the hood dudes, like Lamont was in the hood, man. Like.
And here's the funny part. People say Lamont used to practice signing his autograph. He was literally writing out what he thought his signature would look like when he became famous. That's how sure he was. Now, when he was about 13, his mom, Lois Bentley, decided she was ready to chase her own dreams too. A lot of folks don't even know this, but Lois was an R&B singer, so she moved the whole family from Milwaukee to Los Angeles. That move, honestly, changed everything. Because growing up around a mom who was already in entertainment, already chasing auditions, it rubbed off on Lamont in a big way. Whenever Lois had an audition, she'd walk in the room thinking she was the one about to perform, but Lamont would steal the whole show.
Hey, say, homie, where you from? And look, man, I'm not into any gangster shit, all right?
He'd be in the corner cracking jokes, making faces, doing silly stuff, and before long, all eyes would be on him. His whole goal in life, even back then, was simple. Make people laugh. Just that. Put smiles on faces. And one day, somebody finally told him, "Yo, you should try acting." And boom, next thing you know, Lamont is on TV. Lamont's first role was in a Starburst commercial back in 1986. One minute he's cracking jokes at his mom's auditions. Next minute, he's advertising candy on TV.
I remember it well. I was with the bank, interning. Good job.
After that, he did a PSA called Fatherhood, basically encouraging teen dads to step up and take responsibility. It wasn't Hollywood-level fame yet, but it was the start. Now, Lamont was serious about this fame thing. Serious to the point where he actually dropped out of high school to focus on acting full-time. But just because he had the dream didn't mean success came easy. He had to grind. While he was auditioning left and right, he still had to survive, so he worked wherever he could. Movie theaters, a fish market, a grocery store, you name it. Anything just to keep the bills paid while waiting on that one big break.
Man, I ain't talking about buying it. But if that's what that man feels, it's not our place to change it. Ain't nothing real about that either.
But the good thing was, Lamont had a youthful look. Even in his 20s, he could easily play a teenager, and that definitely helped him land roles. Before long, He started getting small parts in different TV shows and movies. Nothing major yet, but enough to keep his foot in the door.
Go to his house in the valley, we chopping it up, everything's good. He's making these transitions because Lamont was a high energy person. Lamont was a real dude, you know what I'm saying? And he
Then, in 1994, things finally shifted. Lamont landed a role on a show called South Central, playing alongside Lorenz Tate. The show was real. It showed a regular family dealing with serious stuff: unemployment, drugs, dating, gang life, all the real issues happening in South Central LA at the time.
Hey, Dre, I don't like playing the mama jokes, man. But I do like playing with your mama.
Oh, man, she's right behind you, too.
And it had some big names in it, too. Jennifer Lopez was there, Shar Jackson, Maya Campbell. The cast was stacked, but even with all that talent, the show didn't survive. After just 10 episodes, it got canceled in 1995. It hurt, because the show had potential, but that's just how Hollywood is sometimes. Still, Lamont didn't let that slow him down. He kept auditioning, kept pushing, and later that same year, he landed another role, one that a lot of people still remember today. He played Crazy K in the horror film Tales from the Hood. That was his feature film debut. And if you've seen that movie, you know Crazy K was one of the wildest characters in it. He was a killer who eventually had to face the souls of the people he murdered.
What's up, Crazy K? Remember me?
Now, after Tales from the Hood, things really started opening up for Lamont. Critics loved what he did with the Crazy K character. They said he had this natural ability to transform into whoever the script needed. Name it. Drama, horror, comedy, whatever. And honestly, if you watch that role today, you can still see the raw talent. He wasn't just playing Crazy K, he became him. 1995 was like a turning point. Suddenly, Lamont was popping up everywhere. If you were watching TV back then, his face probably showed up on your screen at some point. He appeared in Family Matters, he did The Parenthood, Courthouse, The Client, and a bunch of other shows. It was like Hollywood finally started paying attention. But the biggest shift came from someone who already believed in him, Ralph Farquhar, the creator of South Central. Ralph was working on a brand new sitcom at the time, built around Brandy, who was already a platinum-selling R&B star.
Well, who does? I mean, you wait and wait and wait. When you finally get to the front of the line, everything's gone.
And because Lamont had already worked with him before, he was right there on the inside track. And that opportunity turned into the role people still love him for today. In 1996, Lamont became Hakeem Campbell on Moesha. He was the hungry best friend, the boy next door, the guy who always showed up at Moesha's house, ready to raid the fridge. Brandy was Moesha, but honestly, Hakeem was the heart of the show for a lot of fans.
What do y'all know about this? Silly me, you know nothing about this. It's called looking good.
Their chemistry was so natural. They were playful, always joking, sometimes arguing, but always connected. If Moesha was on screen, Hakeem was never far behind. They were in almost every episode together.
Cute, Hakeem.
And their dynamic ended up being one of the most memorable parts of the whole series. And viewers loved him.
Hey, baby girl, with the twist and the twirl.
He was relatable, funny, grounded, and the kind of character that felt like somebody you knew in real life. So when Moesha finally ended in 2001 after 6 seasons, it wasn't just the end of another show. It felt like the end of an era. Fans were hurt, cast members were emotional, and Lamont himself looked back on it with nothing but love. During an interview, he talked about his time on Moesha, and he said something really sincere. The show gave me a lot of exposure, and it has enabled me to realize some of my wildest dreams. Now I have a stronger footing to go back to feature films and take on other TV roles, because I've proven I can play both drama and comedy. And that was true. Moesha really did show just how versatile he could be. After the show ended, Lamont didn't slow down even one bit. In 2001, he went straight into new opportunities. He played C-Money in The Wash with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. There's even that funny and memorable scene where Shaquille O'Neal's character, Norman, confronts him because C-Money stole money from Norman's sister.
Yo, dog. Let me explain. See, it's been a big.
That same year, he also portrayed Tupac in Too Legit, the MC Hammer story.
Look, man, don't ever tell me a man can't change. I mean, you done strayed, boy.
And from 1999 to 2002, he popped in and out of The Parkers, the Moesha spin-off, still playing Hakeem. Even outside of that, he was landing roles left and right. He acted in Spike Lee's crime drama, Sucker Free City. He was in A Day in the Life with Makey Pfeiffer and Sticky Fingers from Onyx, and he kept stacking up more TV and film appearances on the side. Lamont was working. He never let the momentum die. And here's something a lot of people don't know. Lamont also had a deep love for music. He actually formed a hip-hop duo called Uprise with his friend Tyson. They were talented too. Talented enough that Coolio started working with them. Record labels were showing interest. Meetings were happening. And for a moment, it really looked like Uprise was going to take off. But for reasons that weren't totally clear, they never ended up getting a record deal. Still, Lamont didn't let that stop him. Acting kept calling his name, and his career just kept moving forward. But even as his career soared, Lamont stayed grounded. He didn't forget where he came from. He didn't turn his back on Milwaukee. Every so often, he went back home to host events for something he created himself, the Lamont Bentley Foundation. His foundation supported local nonprofits and gave back to the community that raised him. You could tell he cared. He had a good heart, and he wanted to help. By this point, Lamont had the world at his feet. He'd appeared in more than a dozen films and so many TV shows that it was honestly hard to keep track. Even with all the fame, Lamont never stopped going back home. Milwaukee was still his place. He'd go back to chill with his old friends too. Throw little parties, just hang out and be himself. He didn't switch up. He didn't get brand new. That hometown connection meant something to him.
We go to his house in the valley, we chopping it up, everything's good. He's making these transitions because Lamont was a high energy person.
But around that same time, he did have one incident that people still talk about. It happened after a celebrity basketball game he organized to raise money for his charity. The event itself was positive because Lamont was doing something good for the community. But things got messy afterwards during a party. One of his friends got into an argument with the police, and Lamont, being loyal the way he was, stepped in. Witnesses said he basically told the officers, "If you're arresting my friend, then you better arrest me too." And that's what they did. He was taken into custody on suspicion of disorderly conduct. He ended up pleading guilty and paying a $450 fine. It wasn't his proudest moment, but it showed the type of friend he was. Ride or die. Sometimes to his own detriment.
He got into some shit on the set. Like, we literally got kicked off a couple lots because one of Lamont's homies got into it with security.
Around this time, a rapper from the group Onyx who played Q on Moesha spoke about their friendship too. He said he used to roll with Lamont everywhere. They'd be in different hoods in California, just hanging out, living that everyday life. But after fellow actor Merlin Santana was tragically killed, he said he stepped away from all that street-level energy. He focused strictly on acting. It was a reminder that even while these guys were TV stars, they were still surrounded by real-life dangers. Fast forward to early 2005. Lamont's manager, Susan Ferris, talked about one of the last moments she remembered with him. Lamont had just attended a screening for a short independent film called Shards, where he played a major role. And he was excited. He felt like this role could open new doors for him, that he was finally stepping into another level of his career. But sadly, life had other plans. According to the LA Times, on January 19, 2005, just a little after midnight, Lamont was driving alone on the 118 freeway near Simi Valley. For reasons people still don't fully understand, witnesses said he took the Rocky Peak Fire Road off-ramp at a very high speed. His Mercedes-Benz shot through a stop sign, broke through a chain-link fence, and went across the street before rolling down an embankment. The crash was so violent that Lamont was thrown out of the car and onto the freeway. And in the chaos of the night, before help could even arrive, he was tragically struck by multiple vehicles. Roughly 5, according to the senior deputy medical examiner. But
this is where it happened. And it's crazy to think that he was hit by multiple cars after going down this embankment here.
The time authorities got to the scene, there was nothing they could do. Lamont Bentley was pronounced dead at 12:23 a.m. The autopsy later confirmed that he died from multiple blunt force injuries. And one thing that stood out and mattered to a lot of people: there were no drugs or alcohol found in his system. None. He wasn't under the influence. It was just a devastating accident. After Lamont passed, the people who knew him best were the ones who described the loss in a way that truly hit home. His manager, Susan Ferris, said something that stayed with a lot of fans. He was a bright candle that just got snuffed out. He was in a great place emotionally, physically. Everything was going right for him. And hearing that just made the whole thing even sadder, because it showed how much promise he still had ahead of him. Lamont was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Los Angeles, a place where many well-loved entertainers have been buried. Friends, family, and fans mourned him deeply. Even after his death, the people he touched kept his memory alive. A rapper from Oakland named Habit, someone who was really close to Lamont, dedicated his album, Talk of the Town, to him. And on another album, Shakin' It Up, Habit even included a skit featuring Lamont. It showed just how much love and respect people had for him. But then, of course, the conspiracy talk began. Fans started looking around and realizing that Lamont wasn't the only Moesha star who passed away young. People counted 4 other actors from the show who had died, 3 of them within just 10 years. That's when the whole Moesha Curse conversation started circulating online. It began with Merlin Santana, who played Ohaji. He was shot and killed in 2002 at just 26 years old. A huge talent gone way too soon. Then there was Bernie Mac, the legendary comedian who played Uncle Bernie. He passed away in 2008 after years of health issues, at the age of 50. His death shook the entire entertainment world. Then you had Yvette Wilson, who played Andell on both Moesha and The Parkers. She fought cervical cancer for years before passing away in 2012 at just 48.
Hi folks, we're sad to report the passing of Yvette Wilson. She's best known for her role on Moesha, but she was also in the movies House Party, Friday, and she was 48 years old.
And Ricky Harris, who played JW on the show, and also appeared in Tales from the Hood, died of a heart attack in 2016. With all these losses stacked together, fans couldn't help but feel like something strange was going on. That's when the phrase, the Moesha Curse, started going viral. But really, when you look at it closely, there's nothing concrete connecting these deaths. No actual curse, just a lot of heartbreaking tragedies happening to people who happen to be part of the same show. Still, the idea stuck around online, mostly because fans couldn't wrap their heads around why so many bright, talented people from one series were gone too soon. Years later, in August 2020, Netflix brought Moesha and the Parkers back to the spotlight by releasing the entire series. A whole new generation got introduced to the show, and of course, they fell in love with Hakeem all over again.
She ain't got no shame throwing her stuff in my Hakeem.
Today, more than 20 years after his passing, Lamont Bentley is still remembered with so much love. People still laugh at his scenes, still quote him, still feel that warmth he always brought to the screen. He gave millions of viewers joy, and he left behind a legacy that hasn't faded. Lamont will always be remembered as Hakeem Campbell, the funny, hungry, lovable kid from next door. and as the young actor with so much heart and so much potential. His memory lives on in his work, in his fans, and in the people who knew him personally. And even though his life was cut short, the joy he brought to the world, that part lives forever.